Flaming hot Doritos. Flaming hot Doritos. Flaming hot Dorito. Flamethrower. Except it's not really a flamethrower, it's more of a propane torch powered by Dorito dust, because this is a flamethrower. Plus, if you wanted to make like a weaponized flamethrower, you could do it much cheaper and easier. You just go down to Kmart, go into the toy section, buy a hardware store, and then get some lamp oil, then you want to fill the with the get a lighter, and I'd put it on a stick so you don't burn yourself. Please don't try any of this at home. I don't want to get into any trouble, and this is really dangerous. There was a lot of safety precautions that were taken behind the scenes, and if I hurt myself while doing this, it'll be funny because it's on camera. Now, I didn't wake up one morning and just decide to make a Dorito flamethrower. I was playing around and lighting Doritos on fire, and they're full of carbohydrates and oils, which makes them flammable. And if you turn something into a powder, it usually makes it more flammable and explosive. Doritos. So this is every single Dorito or Dorito related thing that I could find at my local supermarket. And if we powderize them all, we can see which one's the most flamey. El río fluye, nunca solo está, solo está. El río fluye, nunca solo está, no solo está. This may be a little bit harder than I thought because the oil is clumping it together. It's got the consistency of damp beach sand. We'll give the plain Doritos a go because they seem to be our best bet, but I'm very doubtful that this is going to work. Okay, so this is what it should look like. But that was using corn flour. And this is coffee creamer in slow-mo. You can just feel the heat coming off that. But what about our precious powder? If this works, I'm going to be a very happy man. Alright, it's a little bit rough, right? It was just extinguishing it. So we needed a way to remove all the oil. Even though it's flammable, it's stopping us from turning it into a fine powder so it can ignite. I've tried a few methods, and the best one is to literally just use dish soap. So this is our powder from before. Pop it in, a bit of water, a lot of dish soap, and then we'll just give it a little bit of a... You can see all the Dorito dust sitting on the bottom, and then you can see all the oil, but it also removes all the flavoring, so I'm really curious to actually eat this now. It's lost most of its color. Chuck it in the oven to dehydrate for a few hours, and oh wow, would you look at that? There's some already pre-prepared. So now we just give it a good old grind. That's as powdery as I'm gonna get it with my primitive tools in my kitchen. It's got about the same consistency as the coffee creamer, but I think the coffee creamer is a bit more flammable, so fingers crossed, because I have a lot of sanity resting on this. Here goes 6 hours of making powder. Ah, come on! Ah! Did it even ignite? I swear that was just the coffee creamer going up. I saw something go... Alright, let's check the footage. To give it its best shot, I packed in a little bit of corn flour first, which you can see here. Corn flour goes up first, and then it's nothing. Oh, but look at that! The Doritos, they're igniting, and you can see it following the path, so I think we're nearly there. We're not out of the game yet. Whoa! Back to the drawing board. I've had an idea, but I'm gonna need a whole bunch of parts, and you know what that means. Why didn't I use aluminium? A machine has put me out of my job, just like the hundreds of millions of people that will lose their jobs in the next 20 years due to automation. I didn't know if one blower was going to be enough, so I put 3 of them on! One probably would have been plenty power enough. I held 4 in my hand, and luckily I decided that 3 was enough because if I put 4 of these together in this config, it would have looked like that little historical figure. Ugh. Don't do it. Don't you do it. You don't need to do it. Ah, Right, so this end here is going to have a flame burning at 1,000 degrees, and this bit here melts at 100. So hopefully there's enough length here to radiate away those spicy vibrations. So you dump your powder there, blower blows it, the wick ignites it. What I'm really chasing here is some kind of sustained, controlled flame coming out that end, but I really have no idea what I'm doing project-wise. I'm kind of just making a cool demonstration thing here. Whew. Well, I'm mildly terrified of that now. So I tried to give it its best chance, and I put the flame on the hottest that I could make it, I put the blowers on max, and I used the coffee creamer, which is the most flammable, and then it wasn't working at first, and then I squeezed it hard, and it just I could just feel the heat radiating, and then the neighbors. So we know it definitely works, but I'm gonna add something to try and regulate the flow of powder in there, and then we'll actually try and do the Doritos. I've cracked it. So I've made an Archimedes spiral, and this is one of my favorite mechanisms. Just look at it, it goes on forever. You put your powder in there, screw pushes it that way, and you can see it feeds into the pipe there. And now we just need a motor to drive it on this end. Let's consult the magical motor drawer. Oh no. Now I'm not angry with you, I'm just disappointed. Pretend that went in. Let's just borrow one from my very important university project. I'm sure there will be no consequences. Update, I've had some luck with the Dorito dust. So I got the dust I used last time, and then I just redid the washing process again, and my yield is really low now, like it's maybe like half a cup per bag. And then I reached out to a friend who has a spice grinder which makes fine dust. Hey, can I use your spice grinder real quick? Yeah, sure, what you making? A Dorito powdered flamethrower. Oh, ah! Oh, bugger. Oh my, there's Dorito dust all over my floor. Let's go and give this a test. All right, I just want to prove that the Dorito dust works. This is the culmination of 6 weeks of work, with most of it being procrastination. Let's go. Oh, that's bloody. It fell out. Oh. Oh, that's super glue, but I don't think it's going to work. Flies are everywhere. I don't know how long it's going to work for. Let's go. Ah, oh, bugger. I've got to plug it in. Ah, oh, come on. Can you bring the water? That's hot!
What would happen if somebody unlocks 100% of the cerebral capacity?
I have no idea.
Come on, get in there! This is why this isn't a viable flamethrower. Come on! Come on! Yeah, it's like a smoke bomb kind of deal. There seems to be Dorito dust in the super glue. My fingers are having a bit of a... It's seized up, what? Ah! And I'm burning down those Vietnamese. No, I shouldn't do that. That's an expensive motor. Ah! 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 Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, the wind's a bit of an issue, isn't it? Come on! Come on! Ah!
100%?
Come on! Oh, there's one! I'm going to claim credit for that. Oh! 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 Well, that was a bit of a failure. Maybe Doritos were never meant to be used in acts against the Geneva Convention. Not happy with that at all. I'm kind of running out of time here. I just want at least one frame of this contraption here spurting out a fireball made from Dorito dust, and I'll be happy to call that a success. So I'm just gonna redesign the feed mechanism here and I've been playing too much Mousetrap recently, and I built this. I don't know why I built this because it's really janky and terrible, but I thought it was funny at the time. So you put about a cup of Dorito dust into the feeder here, and then this motor here is attached to a spindle that then pulls the plate out from there. And this plate falls down to prevent the dust from flowing out, which it probably won't. And then the dust gravity feeds into the airflow, and then hopefully... Come on, child luck. Last chance. 3, 2, 1. Ah! Oh my god! Oh my god! That is going to be hilarious in slow-mo. We got a little bit left. I'm going to mix it 50-50 with coffee creamer. I feel like it's cheating, but we're getting pretty desperate here. I'm just putting it in here because it's easy to squirt it in. This is the actual last time now. No. I'm just going to take this, so I'm cutting my losses on a feed mechanism. Get out of here. I'll go like that, because that worked before. I swear this is the last time now. This is the last. Whoa! Oh! Ah! Oh. Oh, I'm so glad that that worked. I am a mess. There is Dorito stains all over my clothes. I just want to do a powder one for good fun. Go. Well, that was an experience. But I'd say that's a success for Doritos as an explosive, but a failure for my flamethrower building skills. So when I put the feeder on, I kind of blocked the pipe here. And you know, that might have, you know, prevented it from working. And I didn't really explain what I did in the end to get it to work. I just covered the hole and then filled it with powder and turned it on and... But that powder was maybe 30% Dorito dust. But if you didn't catch it on the first run, there was a little puff of fire that was 100% Doritos. And this is my one fireball frame that I'm probably putting on screen now that is 100% Dorito dust, so mission accomplished. Well, that was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it as well. But if you liked it, you know how to support and do the things. I'm gonna leave you with a little gift of me copping a face full of spicy dust in slow motion. See you later.